Modern civilization relies on industrial chemicals for nearly every product we touch, but manufacturing them introduces massive, localized threats to the people living nearby. Historically, a factory could be built quietly near a populated area. These facilities often kept their hazardous processes secret from the town right across the street. That secrecy can be lethal. A single unmonitored leak could release a toxic cloud that devastates an entire unsuspecting community. Industrial disasters are rarely accidents of nature. They are failures of foresight. Because of this, the law treats the mere construction of a hazardous factory as a potential threat before a single brick is laid. Chapter 4A of the Factory Act 1948 addresses this head-on. The first major hurdle for a new facility is Section 41A, establishing the Site Appraisal Committee. This committee forces environmentalists, meteorologists, and town planners to evaluate a factory's blueprint from every angle before the project proceeds. The committee operates under a strict deadline. They have 90 days to scrutinize the application and issue a recommendation. If the factory clears this committee, the law removes the need for redundant approvals from separate state air and water pollution boards. This process ensures that a factory's long-term impact on local weather patterns and populations is mathematically weighed before construction begins. Once the factory is operational, the law moves from the blueprint to the daily reality of manufacturing, demanding absolute transparency. Section 41B mandates compulsory disclosure. The factory owner must reveal the exact health hazards inside the plant, the materials being handled, and the methods used to dispose of waste. These details aren't just for government files. The law requires the factory to provide this information to the workers, the local authorities, and the general public. Every facility must also draw up a detailed on-site emergency plan and communicate those exact disaster control measures to the surrounding community. Failing to provide this information 30 days prior to operation has a heavy price: the complete cancellation of the factory's operating license. With these facts in hand, neighbors and workers function as a localized oversight network, holding the facility accountable from the outside in. Inside the factory walls, Section 41C focuses on the responsibilities the owner has toward the actual people handling dangerous materials. The law requires the factory to maintain accurate, up-to-date medical records for any worker exposed to toxic or harmful substances. These medical exams are mandatory. The worker must be screened before starting a hazardous job and must undergo re-examination at least once every 12 months. All hazardous operations must be overseen by qualified supervisors, whose credentials are subject to the final approval of the chief inspector. The law establishes worker health as the baseline cost for a factory's right to operate. Even with stringent site appraisals and mandatory medical checks in place, sudden and catastrophic failures can still occur. When an extraordinary situation involving a hazardous process takes place, Section 41D provides a reactive failsafe. This provision allows the central government to override local oversight and step in immediately. An inquiry committee, consisting of a chairman and 2 members, begins a forensic dissection of the health and safety failures. Their advisory committee conducts a forensic investigation to find the root cause of the industrial accident and ensure that the exact same failure never happens again. In the tragic aftermath of a disaster, the government heavily documents a factory's failure to protect all future facilities. From the initial 90-day site appraisal down to the ultimate disaster inquiry, these strict rules create a continuous accountability lifecycle. Chapter 4A fundamentally changes the legal status of industrial operations involving any hazardous processes. A facility dealing with toxic chemicals operates under public scrutiny, with its internal risks tied directly to the safety of the surrounding town. The law brings these industries into the light, dictating that public safety strictly outranks the convenience of any factory owner.